Remember that everything that we do is an invitation, so if something does not feel good for your body, if there's any type of modification that you need to take, please do that. Even if I don't mention it, please make sure that you listen to your own body and, find your comfortable edge, but don't move into a place where you're uncomfortable or not feeling the best. So we'll start in child's pose today. So you can bring the big toes together, drop the sit bones back towards your heels, and then just bring your forehead either to your mat, or if you want to stack your hands, you can do that. If you've just logged on, please make sure that you mute yourself on your end. And we are starting our practice today in child's pose. This is our mat-based Vinyasa flow noontime yoga today. We'll start with a couple of cleansing breaths. So take a nice deep breath in through your nose. On an exhale, open your mouth, big heavy sigh, let everything go. And then we'll do that one more time. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, heavy sigh through the mouth. And then I invite you to just be here. So wherever here is for you, if that's on your mat, maybe in an office space, if it's in a quiet room somewhere, maybe you're at home today, just let yourself be in your space where you are. So try to put aside any worries, concerns, or to-do lists that you have for the day or the week. And just let yourself enjoy these 40 minutes or so of this yoga practice. And maybe your yoga practice looks like hanging out in child's pose or another restorative pose today. You guys have the leisure that I pretty much can't see any of you, so you can either follow the practice pose by pose, or if there's modifications or poses that you want to take for longer, please feel free to do that, really making this practice yours today. And every time we come to our mats, we're invited to do that. So yoga is kind of an exploration of what your body needs and what your mind needs. Putting aside any judgments that we have about what our practice should look like, and just kind of exploring what our body needs right now. So start to deepen the breath, shifting the breath low into the belly. If you're just joining, we're in child's pose or extended child's pose. Starting to tune into the breath. So think about allowing the shoulders to drop down away from your ears. Allowing the belly to expand as you inhale. Pay attention to where you feel the breath. Maybe you're noticing the breath more in your middle part of your trunk. Maybe you're noticing it in the back body. Maybe you're tuning into that lower back portion of your rib cage on either side. Maybe you feel the breath in your chest or your neck. Just taking a few moments to observe and notice. And then deepening the breath as you feel comfortable. Inhaling for a count of 4. And exhaling for a count of 4. I want you to count at your own pace. So however fast or slow feels right for you today, that's what I want you to do. As you breathe in, you're bringing in that oxygen into your body. As you breathe out, you're releasing anything that's not serving you well today. Continue to inhale and exhale with that 4 count. Couple more breath cycles just like that. And then if it's available to you, inhale for a count of 4. At the top of that inhale, pause for a count of 4. And then as you exhale, release the breath for a 4 count. And if it helps you, this is called a triangle-shaped breath. So thinking about inhaling for a 4 count, holding the inhale with your lungs fully expanded for a count of 4, and then exhaling for a count of 4. So try about 6 to 8 more breath cycles like that. Do what works for you. If it doesn't feel good to hold at the top of the inhale, then just continue that 1-to-1 breathing, equal counts inhaling and exhaling. Otherwise, add that pause at the top of the inhale and just notice how that feels. To take that complete breath in, really allowing the lungs and the rib cage to expand, and then exhaling to let it all out. Take about 2 more breath cycles just like that. Inhaling for 4. Pausing for 4. And exhaling for 4. Just feel the tension release on that exhale. So finishing this last breath cycle that you're on, and then just return to that straight line breathing, inhaling and exhaling into the belly. As you do that, set an intention for your practice today, something you want to focus on. Maybe there's someone that you want to dedicate your practice to today, whatever that is, bringing that intention or dedication into your heart, breathing deeply into it. We'll take 1 more cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose, and big exhale through the mouth. When you feel ready, start to make your way into hands and knees, tabletop. Bringing the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Go ahead and tuck the toes under today if that's available to you. And we'll start to cycle through cat and cow. So on an inhale, drop the belly, lift your gaze, come to cow pose. As you exhale, press into cat, pressing away from the mat as much as you can, and maybe explore shifting the weight back towards your heels, feeling a stretch on the bottoms of the feet. Then flowing with your breath. Inhale to cow, tail is up. Exhale to cat, shifting back if you'd like. And then feel free to add some side to side hip movements here. So as you're pressing into cat and shifting back, maybe you shift the hips and start to open the side bodies a little bit. So take about the next minute or so here, making any adjustments that might feel good for your body today. All the while trying your best to coordinate the movement with your breath. So on an exhale as you press into cat, thinking about creating that slight constriction in the back of the throat, making that yogic or that ujjayi breath, creating a little bit of heat as we breathe, really staying focused on the breath and the movement together, keeping your mind here. Taking a pause anywhere you might need it today. And go ahead and finish the cycle that you're on. Come back to tabletop, move your hands over to the left corner of your mat, breathe in deeply. On a big exhale, sink back towards your right heel. Opening that side body a little bit more, maybe swaying slightly, just adding some real subtle movements here. Think about lengthening from the right fingertips all the way into the right hip. Staying longer if you'd like, otherwise making your way to tabletop, switching sides. Breathe in deeply, hands to the right corner. Exhale, sink back to the left heel. Good, coming back to that tabletop position again here. Go ahead and inhale your right arm all the way up, so lifting it up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, send it under the left for thread the needle. So some gentle rotation into the spine here, maybe pressing into the left hand. You can also take a partial bind if you want, kind of opening further the left side of the chest by bringing that hand, wrapping it across the low back or around for the right hip crease. You could also bring the hand back behind your head slightly, opening your chest that way. Think about breathing into the spine as you twist. Good. Releasing that left hand all the way down. Big inhale, send the right arm up. As you exhale, release it down to the mat, tabletop position. Big inhale, reach your left arm high. As you exhale, send it under the right. Thread the needle side to whatever option feels good for you. If you are exploring that partial bind, think about opening the right side of the chest. So don't just reach your hand around for the hip crease, still tipping that shoulder forward. See if you can pull the shoulder blade towards your spine here. That'll help you with that rotation in the spine. Nice deep breath in and out. Good. Slowly releasing that right hand. Big inhale, left arm all the way up. And as you exhale, release it down. Go ahead and walk down to your forearms. Tuck your toes under and find dolphin pose. So as you come into dolphin pose, it's going to be similar to downward facing dog, but from your forearms. So sit bones reaching up and back. Heels reaching towards the mat, working towards straight knees. So starting to feel some length into the spine and the back of the legs here. You could pedal out the feet if that feels good. Good. On an inhale, shift forward to forearm plank. So shoulders are going to come over the elbows. Try to press into that middle part of your back and make the top of your head go forward. So you're not gazing down at your feet too much. You're not overextending the neck, but keeping everything in a nice straight line here. Continuing to breathe. Good. Drop your knees down to the mat and pause. Forearm plank from the knees. And then release all the way down, Sphinx pose. Take the tops of the feet flat, lift your heart up gently, and stretch the front body. Lifting your gaze towards the ceiling, at least to the front wall if that's available to you. Exploring that nice, gentle back bend here. And then release all the way to your tummy. Keep the hands underneath your shoulders today. Head in line with your spine. Inhale, baby cobra. Think about drawing the mat back, pulling the shoulder blades together towards your spine. So it doesn't matter how high you lift up, but think about being light on your hands. So focus is on making that back body work. Good. Release. Take your left cheek to the mat. Bring your arms down at your sides. Tuck the toes under. On your next inhale, I want you to lift your kneecaps up, lift your chest, and reach your fingertips back for your heels. So legs are supported slightly with those feet or toes still touching the mat, but everything is active. So think about reaching towards the back edge of your mat. Shoulder blades are drawing together, heart is open. Relaxing through the face and the jaw. Good. If it's available to you and you want an additional challenge, on an inhale, send your arms up over your head. Keep the gaze downward towards your mat. Option to float your feet. So continue relaxing through the face and the jaw. 2 more breath cycles here. As you exhale, release everything. Press into hare pose. You're going to curl yourself into a nice tight ball on your knees. Stack your hands and let the trunk round here. Maybe shifting the hips slightly from side to side. So just taking a nice counter pose, inviting some rounding into the spine. Nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And when you feel ready, making your way to tabletop and then walking your hands or your feet up towards your hands at the top of your mat, explore a forward fold. Nice generous bend through the knees. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows and doing a little bit of swaying from side to side. The head is heavy. Good. Releasing the fingertips to the floor. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. Pull the shoulder blades towards the spine, belly draws in. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, round and fold. Good. Reaching your fingertips to the floor. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. So feet can be slightly separated here. It's totally fine. Just starting to warm up the legs a little bit. Sinking your weight back towards the heels. Hinging at the hip crease. Tucking the tailbone under slightly. Exhale the hands to heart center and breathe. Sink lower if it's available to you. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Find forward fold, Uttanasana. Bend the knees as you need to. Shifting your weight side to side or toes to heels. Good. Reaching your fingertips for the floor. Big inhale, chair pose. Sink low. Good. As you exhale, send the arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open the heart. Belly is in. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, send them back. Heart lifts. Good. Sink a little bit lower if it's available to you. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, send the arms back. Inhale, straighten up, lift all the way up. Look up, little back bend. Exhale, ride the breath all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, float all the way up, look up. Exhale, take a side stretch to the right. Just loosely grabbing onto that left wrist, pressing the left foot down into the mat. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, lift your arms up. Switch your grip, loosely bending to the left wall. Pressing into that right foot. Feeling a little bit of length into the side body. Good. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, release the hands behind you. Interlace. Draw down and back. Breathe in. Open the heart. On an exhale, forward fold. Let your arms float up. Let your head relax here. Breathe. Still opening the chest. As you inhale, draw the arms down. Lift your trunk all the way up. Take your time. Release. Exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale, reach to center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, interlace your hands, draw down and back, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Still squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, release the hands, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Look up, little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, switch your grip, side stretch to the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, interlace your hands, draw down and back, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Toe heel your feet to touch or keep them about an inch or so apart if that works out better for you. We're going to move on to a variation of sun salutation B today. So inhale, sink low chair pose. Remember, you can modify your arm position. So if this doesn't work for your shoulders, you can bring your hands to heart center. You can float them at shoulder height, whatever works out for you. Sink a little bit lower, breathe in, exhale, wide arm twist to the right. Try to keep your knees in a line, so that left knee is gonna always wanna shoot all the way out, but try to line them up. Chest lifts. Good, take it to a prayer twist, same side. So you're gonna sink a little bit lower, shift your weight onto the right foot, step the left foot back to high lunge. Back knee is straight. Chest lifts as you twist. Keep pressing into that back leg. Very important to not allow that knee crease to release. So knee is straight on the back leg, chest is lifted, belly is in. Continuing to breathe here. As you inhale, find warrior two. Sweep your arms up, open that back foot. Gaze is over your front hand. As you inhale, straighten your front knee. As you exhale, shift this weight forward onto your front leg, just slightly. Release your hand to your leg or the outside of your foot and find triangle pose. So in triangle pose, I want you to imagine there's a wall behind you. And you want to contact that wall with as much of your back body as possible. So if I'm working really hard to reach for the floor, I'm going to be rotating my trunk or my shoulders down towards the floor instead of keeping my chest open. So maybe bring your hand up a little bit higher on your leg or use a block and keep reaching that left arm up. Breathe. Good. Pivot the left foot in just slightly. Take your left hand to the instep of your right foot. Inhale your right arm up. Revolved triangle. So keeping your leg position essentially the same, but switching which hand you had down. So you were here in triangle, and then we took that left hand, brought it down, and sent the right arm up. Continuing to breathe. One more breath in. As you exhale, prayer twist from high lunge. So come up on the ball of your back foot. Come back to where you started here. Back knee is straight. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, step forward, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose and pause. Decide if you'd like to take that Vinyasa series from your toes or your knees. Lengthening your spine, everything nice and tight. Lower halfway, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it forward, come up to warrior one. Think about lengthening that left hip flexor. Back foot is at about 45 degrees here. Good, press the palms forward, stretch out the middle part of your back, drop the chin slightly. Knee is over the ankle on that front leg. Good, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, take the hands down, step back to plank. Zip the legs together, make your trunk parallel to your mat. Vinyasa, if you'd like, lower halfway, low push-up. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it between the hands, rise to warrior one. Pivot the back heel to 45 degrees. Lift your gaze towards the ceiling. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. As you exhale, take your hands down to the mat, step back to plank pose, vinyasa or down dog. Nice and tight, lower halfway chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Opening your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips high, 2 breaths. Notice how you're feeling here. Taking a breather if you need it. Relaxing in child's pose or any other restorative pose. You're always welcome to go there. Nice deep breath in. Big heavy sigh, let it out. Look forward to your hands, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Utkatasana, tailbone tucks. Exhale to mountain pose. Good, pause for a moment here. Broaden across the collarbones, palms are forward. Notice your alignment here in standing. From the crown of the head all the way down to your feet. Slightest tailbone tuck, belly draws in. We're going to take that same sequence on side 2. So on your next inhale, sink low, chair pose. Exhale, wide arm twist to the left this time. Remember, those knees are in a line. Your heart lifts. Belly is in. Lots of breath here, yogis. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, take a prayer twist, same side. So sinking a little bit lower into that rotation, hooking that left elbow on the outside, or the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Chest stays lifted. Shift your weight to the left foot. Gracefully reach the right leg back to high lunge. So your knee crease is pressing to the ceiling. Your chest is lifted. You're breathing. Try not to collapse through that back leg. So lots of energy out through that back heel. Good. Big inhale. Come up to warrior two. Look forward over that left hand. Big wingspan here. Soften the shoulders. Knee over the ankle on the front leg. On an inhale, straighten your front knee. As you exhale, reach through that left hand. Then let the arm fall to the floor or your lower leg. Triangle pose. As much as you can, you're keeping that back body connected to the imaginary or real wall behind you. Try to be light on that bottom hand. Gaze can be up or down, whatever feels best on your neck. Good, one more inhale. As you exhale, right hand comes down, left arm comes up, revolved triangle. You can let that back foot pivot in slightly. So that right hand can come. If you have a block, great. If not, you can bring it to your leg or the outer part of your left foot or the instep. Continuing to breathe here. Good. Inhale, come to that high lunge with a twist, wide arms. Back knee is straight. Good. Prayer twist, same side. Continuing to breathe. Push off the back leg. Inhale, chair pose, top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank, Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, cleansing breath here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And then release to child's pose or extended child's pose. Forehead to the mat or turn your forehead or your cheek to the mat. Couple of cleansing breaths here. Maybe grab a drink of water if you have some. And just take a little breather. Check in with yourself. Recall that intention that you set for your practice today. Bring it back into your heart. Take a couple of deep breaths into that intention. When you're ready, go ahead and make your way to tabletop and then up to a kneeling position. So you can walk your hands up your legs or just straighten all the way up. Tuck the toes under just like we did earlier in our practice today, and we're going to find a variation of camel pose. So whatever works for you. We're going to start bringing our hands to our sacrum, that triangle bone right at the bottom of your spine. I want you to open up your chest and reach your elbows towards the back wall. As you do this, think about lengthening and creating space in your spine. Taking a nice deep breath in, tighten up your glutes, and then just start to explore a gentle baby back bend here. Looking upward, hold for a couple of breaths, not moving into pain or discomfort, and then on an exhale, engage your belly and come back up to that neutral spine position. So if you want to explore different variations of camel, you can do that as well, but that's option one. So elbows are going to point to the back wall, tightening up your glutes, taking a breath in. You can explore reaching back or more of a back bend. One side reaches for the heel, opposite arm reaches back, or you can reach both hands for your heels. Opening the chest, a little bit more of a heart opener and back bend. So take whatever option feels good for you. Hold for a couple of breaths. And whenever you're going to come back to that neutral spine position, you're going to pull your belly in towards your spine. So taking a couple moments to explore, using your exhale to come back to that neutral spine position, and then go ahead and return to that rounded spine position, hare pose, forehead to the mat, curl yourself into a nice tight ball. Deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. When you feel ready, making your way to a comfortable seated position. So from sitting, go ahead and take your right leg, extend it out at about 45 degrees, and bring that left foot to the inner thigh. Take a breath in and out to really find some length into the spine. And then as you inhale, I want you to reach your left arm up and over, and then exhale, reach towards that foot. Think about pulling the toes towards you, reaching in and stretching that nice side body here. A little bit of length into the back of the right thigh. Gaze can be up or down. Good. As you inhale, bring your trunk back up to center. Exhale, release down. Now square your shoulders to your foot. And then when you're ready, lengthen the spine and exhale, head to knee pose, moving in that direction. Rotating your leg or adding some movement into the ankle if that feels good. Inhale to bring your trunk back up. Bring the soles of the feet together for bound angle pose. Take a nice deep breath in here, and as you exhale, explore a forward fold over the legs. And you can scoot your heels in closer to you or send them out, whatever feels good. Maybe moving your hands over to one side might feel good, or just keeping them in the center. Slowly bringing your trunk back up and then switching sides, this time sending the left leg out. The right leg comes to the inner thigh. Take a nice deep breath in as you exhale, reaching that right arm up and over. Big side stretch towards that left foot. Looking up or down, whatever feels best on your neck. Good, deep breath in, bring your trunk back up. Exhale, release down. Sit nice and tall, face your foot this time. As you exhale, hinge at that hip crease, folding over your left leg, rotating it or moving the ankle if that feels good. Inhale, bring the trunk back up to center. Exhale, go ahead and place the soles of both feet on your mat. We're going to start to make our way down to our back. So lifting your chest up, slowly lowering all the way down to your back. Engaging the belly. Once you're on the back, step the feet in. We're going to take one round of bridge pose for just a nice inversion today. So arms are down at your sides, shoulder blades are tucked underneath you. As you inhale, send your hips high, clasping the hands underneath the sacrum, opening the chest a little bit more. For an additional challenge, you can float one leg up towards the ceiling or just in line with the knee. Hold for a couple of breaths and then switch sides. Otherwise, just staying in that bridge pose, avoiding letting the knees fall out to the side. Continuing to breathe. When you're ready, releasing the hands from under you, slowly lowering the hips down. Go ahead and draw the knees into the chest. Just start to massage out the low back. We'll let the legs come to the right side. Reach your left arm or both arms out and just turn your gaze to the left. Reclining spinal twist. Nice deep breath into that left lower rib cage. Bring the knees back into the center. Switch sides when you're ready. Legs go to the left. Gaze to the right. Right arm extends out. Maybe lowering your gaze or allowing the eyes to close. As we start to slow down our breath here and begin to come to the end of our practice today, I want you to come up with something that you feel grateful for about yourself. Bring that into your heart. I invite you to carry that with you as you move off of your mat today. On an exhale, go ahead and bring the legs back into center. Extend the legs all the way out, reach your arms up above your head, full body stretch, breathing in deeply. As you exhale, release everything, come into your final relaxation, Shavasana, corpse pose. If you're not comfortable on your back, please choose a side to roll over onto if that feels better for you, or any resting pose of your choice. Allowing the eyes to close or lowering your gaze. Scan your body again, just like we did at the beginning of the practice. Notice areas of remaining tension or tightness. Breathe deeply into those places. See if you can let go for a few moments. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Repeating these phrases to yourself. I am happy. I am strong. I am safe. I am loved.